Welcome back to Beachhead Expedition 2 of No Man's Sky, the first of the holiday reduxes for the expeditions. We now know that we have, what other expeditions we now have to play as well. We have Titan, we have Corvette, we have Relics, and we have Breach also to play. Let me just make sure that my network is off. Yes, it is. Good. PvP is with nobody. Now, looking at Expedition 2 here, we already did a Farseer because we installed a scanner room in our freighter in the last video when we did Phase 1. However, here we have come to the aid of a stranded lifeform, discover 13 plants, explore on foot, which we are almost going to do, which is 2,500 U, fallen giants, explore a crashed freighter, catch 5 uncommon fish from ice worlds. Boring, but not boring at the same time. If you know, I find this that if I'm up for a chilled No Man's Sky run, I enjoy the fishing, but sometimes I just feel like it's a bit slow. And then we've got find rendezvous point 2, of course. We do have the photograph different environments, 1 out of 3 done, because I did photograph myself on this frozen world, so that got that one going. And complete fleet expeditions, we're going to have to try and sort that out, but we do need to have the fleet command room, which is, I think, did we already get that as a reward here? Let me just check. Doesn't look like I have it just yet, but what I'll do is go to the freighter when I'm next there and have a look. What we're going to do first is go to discover 13 plants, and we're going to start trying to discover a number of plants on this planet. 13 is quite a few. Let's see how many we get on this world. There's 1. So we use our visor. We can zoom in. I press the R3 button and tap on it, and it will zoom in and out. And that will discover plants for me if I press the trigger like that. Go into my discoveries here. It will show me that I have found 4 flora. But what it doesn't do, like the animals, is show me how many I can actually find, which is 13 animals on this planet. But it doesn't seem like there is many of the plants. So what I'm going to do is head up, because I've got 4 out of 13. Sometimes you used to be, well, sometimes in the past you used to be able to get like hazardous flora, the sodium, the oxygen, but they patched that out at some point, so you can't do that anymore. That they don't count on each planet, which makes it a little bit harder for you. You also can't do the roots or like the heptoid wheat or things like that. What I am going to do now is make sure that I have come to the aid of a stranded life form selected. Then I am going to push my distressed planetary chart. I got 5 of these, so we should be able to find both a stranded alien life form, and we should be able to find the crashed freighter. So if we trigger it once, we'll find a distress signal detected, which is over there. And what we're going to do is just trigger it another time. It's saying can't use that chart, already got one. It should just be able to keep going until it gets this one. It's not doing it. Let's go and find what that distress signal is then. So this does look like a stranded pilot, because I can see the Viking wandering around, which is great. Let's see if we can help this guy out. Let's go and talk to him. Hello, how are you? We can't understand the word he's saying, of course. We need to offer sustenance, ask about ships. So the Vikings seem both raged with exhaustion, inconsolably furious. Let's offer sustenance. Okay, he doesn't care about that. He does. So we helped. Oh no, we walked 205,000 U. So that's another milestone done. Let's talk to him again then. Okay, so he wants to help us out with his ship. Request repairs. Let's get our reward first for the Pilgrim. Fishing rig plans, which we need. Supreme movement system upgrade and powerful life support upgrade. Carbon nanotubes to hydrogen jelly. We should be able to do that. And there you go. There is the Pilgrim. Let's make sure we put in our lovely upgrades. Here's the damaged starship. We talk to it. Fuel launch fluster here. So we've put the dihydrogen in, and it's asking us to talk to him again. Way farewell. Okay, good. There you go. That was nice and easy. There's Interstellar Rescue. We've got that one as well. Let's grab all of this stuff here. There might be something decent in here. Get rid of that. I'm not refining that into ferrite dust or whatever. And there will be, if you want, some nanites from the damaged machinery here. You can refine the viscous fluids into, I can't remember what it's called now, the purple one, and then that into nanites, I believe. We've got, oh, nice. That's exactly what we need on this planet. Now let's grab our reward here for Interstellar. And we get recovered item ×3, supreme movement system upgrade, and multi-tool inventory slots ×5. Let's put these over here first because... oh, it said 5. Oh, right. Let me put in 3. Don't know why. Good. We've got these here. Now we can dismantle these and see what we get out of them. Okay, we've got some stuff. We've got some okay stuff. Nothing major. We can go to a space station and sort this out and upgrade our multi-tool if we want to. I don't really need to do that just yet, so I'm not overly fussed about that. Discover the plants we are doing. Explore a freighter site. So if we select that again and then set off the chart, the distress planetary chart here, that hopefully will find us a crashed freighter. There you go, freighter crash site located. If you make sure you have them selected, it will find it for you. If you just do it randomly, with, you know, having another milestone selected, it might find something different. I think there's 4 different things you can find: a crash freighter, a crash ship and a pilot, and something else, or is it just the 3? Let me know down in the comments if I've missed one there. We do have a landing area for our ship here, so I won't use fuel, although we do need to fill it up there. I'm going to move some stuff across as well that is just blocking up my inventory a little. Probably won't need you anymore. Here we are. This is a crashed freighter site. There'll be a beacon here we can go and talk to. Destination reach, look. Read the log. And it will tell you what happened to the freighter. Give you some sort of idea of what happened here. And we have visited the freighter Fallen Giants. Now, before we collect our reward, if we have a look through our visor, we'll see here that there's cargo pods that we can find under the ground, and there is 2 actually in the crash freighter itself. Now, these will offer decent things for us to use, so we can just shoot our way through there. Now, if we go into the cargo pod, it will have these things. Just get rid of those, not interested. Visual goop was the green thing I was talking about. We've got a cargo bulkhead out of that one. Now, the ones underground, we're actually going to have to dig those out. So I like to mark it. Obviously get the train manipulator out there. We'll find a doorway that we need to shoot through. If I remember correctly, where is it? There it is. And then we'll continue needing to get to the pod. There it is. Now, when we do this, we might get hurt here. So, same thing again. My guy's glitching out there. Look at him having fun. That will give us what we need, and then there'll be toxicity. Look, the orange bar going down there. So you need to jump out of there quickly, otherwise it will hurt you. So we got some acid there. Very nice. And these are the kind of items that you'll find. What I'll do is do the rest of the freighter and then come back and tell you what I've found. So I have looted all the cargo boxes. There was one over there beyond, and there was one in this little square area here. And what we got some cargo bulkhead and the acid you saw. We also got some of these fusion cores, and we got an extra multi-tool expansion slot, and I also got a salvaged data. So decent things that we can sell to make profit, or we can use to make other items with. So let's collect the expedition reward here, which is supreme scanning system upgrade ×2, salvaged hyperdrive upgrade, salvaged fleet beacon, and salvaged fleet fuel unit, all for the freighter. We still haven't got those plants, and we need to go to a world with water. So if we have a look at our discoveries, there is some water on this world. But before we start catching, I do need to fit the fishing rig. We need 60 chromatic metal, so I'm going to do some more refining here of copper that I collected. I'm going to need to put it all in, aren't I? Yeah, okay. And whilst we do that, I also need a dihydrogen jelly and some carbon nanotubes. So 3 carbon nanotubes and some dihydrogen jelly. Where are you? If I had a repair kit, that would work as well, but I don't have one. Lovely. And there you go. Nice and fitted. We do need to sort this out. I always use silicate powder to refuel my terrain manipulator because you always grab it. And then we can head out here into the frosty wilderness. Can build a little base if you're worried about standing out in the cold forever and recharging your cold stuff. But we do need to recharge you and you as well. And we need 5 uncommon fish. So what I'm going to do is look at trying to create some mealworms, which is condensed carbon. It's 120. It's quite a lot. Now, if we go into the multi-tool, go to our fishing rig here, click on the apply bait, we can apply the mealworms. And I'm hoping this is going to be enough for us to find the 5 uncommon fish. When you put different things in the bait box, it does improve certain things. So this mealworms improved catch rarity of 30% and catch size of 2. But we're not worried about size. We are worried a little bit about rarity. So I'm going to fish and I'll come back when I've got my 5. I'll let you know how long it takes me. It's been over 10 minutes now. It's been 11 minutes and I'm on 4. And what's been happening is I have been collecting fish. I got 2 of these on 4 and that should have been 5, right? But nope. And I've got a bunch of spiny starfish, which I suppose you could say aren't fish, but I've got way more than 5 uncommon fish and it's not registering them. So what I've done is I've just clicked off it, clicked back on it in the hope that that will help me or help the game realise that I'm collecting uncommon fish. There's another frozen isopod. And there you go. Okay, I got it. So maybe there was something wrong with those other fish. I don't know. But there you go. Icy Veins took me about 12 minutes due to some weirdness. But we got the Supreme Thermal Protection upgrade for that milestone. So just be aware that it won't register some fish and maybe starfish aren't fish. That's just the way it is, I guess. Let's put in our thermal protection upgrade. Got 2 of those now. Very nice. What we need to do now is discover more plants. We're over halfway done with that, and then we can go to Rendezous Point 2. So if I go to my discoveries page here, I've been to that planet and that one there. What I'm going to do now is go to this super critical planet here and get the rest of the plants. There's also a moon here as well. Not telling me what the moon is though, unless I go over here actually. Hyperborean, so that's another frozen one. Let's go here first, and then if we need to, we'll go to that moon and get the rest of the plants we need. I've got 9 out of 13 now. This should be 10. And I'm looking for any more on the horizon. There is a bit of a storm going on, but we should be okay. Got those ones already. That's a mineral we've already accidentally scanned. We've got this one here. About that one. Is that another mineral? No, I've already got that one. Okay, so I think I've got all of the plants I can possibly find easily on this planet. Lots of plants on this planet. So we should be able to get what we need here. Let's just make sure that we have it selected. Only 3 left. That's a tall tree there, isn't it? 1 more will do. Just got to find it. Oh, there you go. And there you go. We have the engine of life. Very nice. Let's get our reward for that, which is double cultivation chamber plans, which we need for one of the other milestones in one of the other phases. Supreme scanning system upgrade and powerful mining beam upgrade ×2. And then what I'd want to do is just mention these fish again. So if you have a bunch of fish, you can either sell them for some units, or you can throw them back into the ocean to get some nanites. And you have to be standing in the ocean when you do that. And you go over, you just hover over it like, and it says release fish, and you can do that. And it says you need to be in water to release fish. So just so you're aware. And also with the photographs here, we have got 3 different ones that we need to do. We actually need an airless and a scorched. So we've got the frozen, we need the airless and the scorched. So just be aware that you do need certain worlds for those. This volcanic planet won't work, or didn't work for me anyway. I got one at this glacier. So let's now make our way, or at least try to make our way to Rendezvous Point 2 using the freighter. Where is my starship? Do have a fleet command room available, which is 60 silver, 40 gold and 10 tritium, which I am going to place in here right now, or at least try and find a place to put it. That will do. And then what I want to do is go to fleet command room and see what we have. We have 1 frigate available. Download some data here, and that will give us the frigate fuel, which we will need to make. And it will cost us the hydrogen and tritium. So let's go with some 100 tons. And then once we've got that, we can go back to the freighter, go to this guy here, who is the navigator, and view potential expeditions. Now what do we have here? We have a, that looks like a thingy one. Oh, what's it called? An industrial one. So we're going to do this one. I'm just going to pick one, doesn't really matter. And we'll assign the ship here, and it is an industrial hauler, so I was correct. And then we can launch him out onto that expedition on his own, which is a risk. It might come back damaged. But you can buy frigates from other freighters that enter a system for millions of units. So now that we've got that going, that will start to get this complete fleet expedition. So definitely go, or at least try to get that started as soon as possible. We've also now got to warp, so I'm going to have a look at my freighter, and my hyperdrive is a bit empty. We're going to grab 1 of these hypercores, please. There you go, and stick it in there. It'll give us 100%. So make sure you don't put, well, you won't use them all at once anyway. But 1 will normally give you 100%. They're much better than a warp fuel. Let's just make sure we have Rendezvous Point 2 marked. Should be okay anyway, but I just wanted to make sure. And then I am going to now warp all the way there in 1 jump to Rendezvous Point 2. And there it is. It is this portal here. And then we'll be at Rendezvous Point 2. That's the other side of the portal. There you go, we got it. Nice. Good stuff. Claim our reward for that, which is 1,000 nanites, 160 quicksilver, and inventory slots times 5, which we are going to go with cargo with 3. And then we are going to go with technology for 2. And then we can collect phase 2 as well, which is wayward cube plans, which is very nice. And that, my friends, is phase 2 done. Nice and easy, nice and quickly. Get through that one quite nicely. I think the only real one that's going to take a bit of time is the Icy Worlds. As long as you click on Interstellar Rescue and Fallen Giants and then hit a distress emergency chart, you will find each one that you want. We've obviously already done 2 of phase 3, trying to get the Grand Tour up and running and complete fleet expeditions as well. So when we come back to do that one fleet expedition should probably be done. We also need to chart 5 waypoints in that one, construct a double cultivation chamber, which we now have the plans for. So we will be on to phase 3 in the next episode. Hopefully you're enjoying, and I will see you in the next one. Take care out there, and bye bye guys.